Welcome. You want to give the names of all the students that came up for the record?
Good morning, Chairman Schneider and committee members of the Energy, Infrastructure, and Transportation Committee. We are members of the Adam Thomas Health and Safety Foundation, and I'd like to share with you the young people that have come here as student lobbyists today. We have Alyssa Marchand, Kyle Root, Julia King, Carrie Roth, Jake Vukasin, Ellie Futrick, Aaron Benachinga, Chris Pitaro, and Jonathan Lusecki. To my right is Lindsey Breyer, who will be testifying, and to my left, Alec Thomas, my son.
Well, welcome all the students. Thanks for coming up. Hope you enjoy the day here at the legislature.
For the record, I'm Alec Thomas. Good morning, Chairman Schneider and members of the committee. I would first like to thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak on Senate Bill 116. Nearly 2 years ago, Adam Thomas was involved in a single-car accident that ejected him out of his vehicle, causing head trauma that would lead to his eventual passing. However, the passenger who was belted merely walked away from the accident with minor injuries. Adam Thomas was my brother, a son, a cousin, and a grandson. He had touched many lives, and even a few of the legislators here today. The many people who knew my brother saw him as a hard-working and responsible 20-year-old. What occurred on the night of his accident was not a deliberate act to not wear a seatbelt, but rather him forgetting to buckle up. I know this because he always wore a seatbelt when taking me to friend's house when he lived in Las Vegas. If the primary seatbelt law was already in place before his accident, I firmly believe that the probability of him forgetting would have greatly diminished. Putting on a seatbelt would be something he would not forget because it's the law. Can I say for certain he would have been wearing his seatbelt? No, I cannot. But I can say is the likelihood of him wearing a seatbelt would have been much greater. I would like the committee to know that I'm not trying to obtain your support by gaining your sympathy. Rather, I am trying to deliver the message that lives are being lost and families negatively impacted. Not only are innocent lives lost, but also great sums of unneeded money are being spent on unrestrained accident victims. UMC trauma data from motor vehicle crash victims indicate the average Medicaid cost of an unrestrained person was $214,000. compared to $98,000 for restrained victims. In this time of economic strife, we cannot afford to be wasting almost $116,000 per unrestrained crash victim. There needs to be a penalty for those who wish to risk their life and possibly anyone they are driving with. The revenue saved by the state is staggering. In the first year alone, Nevada could save close to $20 million. How much more evidence does there need to be that this is better for Nevada? In closing, I would like to remark that car fatalities is the #1 cause of death for teens in Nevada. 37 teens died in Nevada in 2007, and 24 of them were unbelted. And if they had been wearing a seatbelt, maybe one or even all of them could have been saved. I am a teen, the 10 of my friends standing behind me are teens, and the hundreds of signatures in support of this bill from my high school and high schools around Clark County are teens in support of this bill. We, the teens of Nevada, respectfully request the passage of this bill because we do not want to see any of our friends die because they were not wearing a safety belt. Thank you for your time, and I hope we have your support.
Thank you, Alex. Any questions? Very good.
Hi, good morning, Chairman Schneider and committee members. For the record, my name is Lindsey Breyer. I'm in support of Senate Bill 116, a primary seatbelt law. In 1968, it became federal law that all vehicles except for buses must contain a seatbelt for each passenger. 19 years later, Nevada adopted a secondary law which remains the policy today. Now, after 22 years of a secondary seatbelt law, Nevada is ready for a change. One of the main reasons that this bill is better for Nevada is the amount of money that it will save taxpayers. In the economy today, every penny counts. We can't afford to be spending more and more money on fatalities or severe injuries due to people getting into car accidents and being unbuckled. With a primary seatbelt law, Nevada taxpayers will be saving millions of dollars in health care costs due to the fact that less people are dying or getting less serious injuries because they are not wearing a seatbelt. These healthcare costs may include expenses such as rehab, medication, and hospital bills. As a teenager, I can fervently relate to this bill because it is my age group that is engaging in the riskiest behavior. We are also the generation that will be the future's leaders. By protecting ourselves, we can guarantee our freedom to safely get from point A to point B without suffering serious injuries or even death, because we're not wearing our safety belts. The facts prove that this law will not only save abundant lives, but also reduce the cost of health care. These are 2 points in which I think we can obviously all agree are better for the citizens of Nevada. Please take into account the benefits that this bill, as a law, will serve the people of Nevada. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Senator Townsend.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks to the three of you, and we're obviously very sorry you're here today for the reason.
Thank you. Ms. Boyers.
Senator Chair Schneider and committee members, I speak for many of the parents that I have met over the last 2 years. I speak for Lisa Freimeister, who lost her daughter Erica 5 months ago, unbelted. She was unable to join us today. She is fighting for custody of her grandchild, which her daughter left behind. I speak for Mervyn Parman's father, who thought it was a good idea to include him in the memory book, because if it would save one life, and to remind people to always wear a seatbelt. I speak for the many that have lost loved ones from being unbelted. In memory of my son, Adam, who had the great privilege of being an intern for State Senator Schneider, which was a highlight of his college career. I speak for all the people that I have met over the last 2 years who lost their children and loved ones. So this is not about Adam. This is about the process of being involved in voicing the many people that we have spoken to over the last 2 years, with many events that we have tried to take forward on occupant safety to every culture, to every color, to every gender. Because the message is we need to buckle up every time. We lost 50% of our children in Clark County last year were Latino. We have lots of work to do to get those numbers down and to reach across every cultural barrier to educate those folks. I just want to say thank you to the young people and to Senator Nolan and State Senator Schneider for assisting us in giving us the insight to be involved in this process. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Any questions from Ms. Boyers? Saying none, thank you very much. And thank you.